Ladies and gents, Captain Van here, and today we are going to make this basic wooden toolbox. Hello and welcome back. Kung bago ka sa channel ko, ako po si Van Ranyawa, isang piloto at DIY woodworker. Ang goal po ng channel na to is to promote the do-it-yourself woodworking dito sa Pilipinas, na kung saan nagtuturo tayo at gumagawa ng mga simpleng projects na kayang-kayang gawin ng kahit sino. Dahil para sa akin, ang woodworking ay dapat simple lang. Meron din tayong mga tool reviews at minsan pasilip na rin sa buhay ng isang airline pilot dito sa atin. So kung interesado ka dyan, I invite you to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you'll get updated weekly sa mga latest builds and projects natin dito sa Kapitantero. Bueno, balik tayo sa topic. Before we start, please don't forget to wear your PPE. And meron po tayong video dyan sa safety ng paggamit ng ating mga power tools. Meron din tayong video sa ating previous episode na kung saan yung mga na-feature nating tools doon ay gagamitin natin dito sa ating paggawa ng basic wooden toolbox. In this project, gumamit ako ng pinewood, pero pwede rin namang plywood or plyboard. For our handle, gagamit tayo ng 1-inch diameter wooden dowel. For our tool list, combination square, tape measure, pencil, drill and driver bits, 1 1/4 inch number 6 wood screw, wood glue, cordless drill driver, circular saw, jigsaw, at 25mm Forstner bit. Ang dimension ng toolbox natin ay 16.5 inch length, 8 inch in width, and 10 inch in height. To prepare the wood for cutting, make sure na tama ang sukat natin using our measuring tape, then draw a line using the combination square for our cutting guide. Here I used the circular saw with a straight edge to cut the wood to its final sizes. Double check with the square kung pantay yung cut. Pwede din gumamit ng lagare or jigsaw as an alternative kung sakaling wala kayong circular saw. We now have the bottom, 2 sides, 2 ends, and the handle. To add the shape design on the face end, mark the top of the side where it meets the end. Using the combination square, mark the center of the board, which is 4 inch, and draw a line. Measure at least 1 to 2 inch away from the center line. Depende na lang sa preference ninyo. Then connect the dots by drawing a line on both sides. Cut using the jigsaw and repeat the process on the other face end. Use a sandpaper or sanding block to smoothen the rough and sharp edges. Measure at least 1.5 inch from the top of the center line that you draw. Then mark the end dahil dyan tayo gagawa ng butas using our 25mm Forstner bit. Attach the bit sa drill driver, then start drilling. It's better kung may sacrificial board sa ilalim to minimize tear out sa hole. Now it's time to sand. Here I'm using a 120 grit sanding disc. I mark the wood before sanding as a guide para may idea ko kung na-cover ko na yung entire surface. We start by putting the bottom on top and use the side rails as a stand. Lagyan ng glue and spread using your finger. It is important to drill pilot holes bago tayo maglagay ng screw para maiwasan natin mag-crack yung kahoy. After joining the bottom and sides, pwede na natin kabit yung ends using the same method. Here I mark a line as a guide for my pilot holes, then repeat the same process sa pag-glue, drill, and drive ng screw. Once done, pwede na natin ikabit yung wooden dowel sa hole na ginawa natin kanina. This will serve as the handle ng toolbox. I put some glue on both ends to lock the handle in place. To cover the holes and gaps, I used a wood filler na similar sa color ng pine. Make sure to cover all the gaps para malinis ang kalalabasan ng ating project. Once dried, we sand again using our power sander. Use the sanding block to remove again the sharp edges. And ayan, we now have our wooden toolbox. For our giveaways along with the project, we have the apron, hammer, safety glasses, measuring tape, earplugs, tri-square, and squala. So ayan, ladies and gents, I hope nag-enjoy po kayo dito sa project natin. Simple lang po siya kung tutuusin, pero dito na-practice na natin ang tamang pag-measure, pag-cut, at pag-join ng kahoy. Gaya po na sinabi ko sa ating previous episode, ipamimigay po natin itong ating project sa isang lucky subscriber. Kasama ng mga tools na na-feature natin sa video kanina. Yung mechanics po niyan ay nakalagay sa ating description, kaya sana po ay napanood ninyo ang buong video. This has been your Captain, Van Ranyowa. Keep safe, and see you again in our future builds.